Gazing at this ancient spider, you might even feel it could wake up the very next second. Surviving 100 million years without rotting or weathering, even its final terror before death is perfectly frozen in this substance called amber. But do not be fooled by its crystal-clear appearance. This is no peaceful tomb, it is a brutal execution ground. The life inside didn't fall in after death. One wrong step triggered a tsunami of resin, forcing them, while fully conscious, to watch their own bodies being entirely stripped away. Scientists call this live entrapment. When you look through a microscope at thousands of these specimens, you will discover a suffocating truth. Over 90% of the trapped insects maintain a horrific posture of violent struggle from their final moments. To survive, this ant literally bit off 3 of its own legs, but against absolute power, all self-mutilation was in vain. This is no ordinary stone. It is a live broadcast of death permanently put on pause. But what is truly terrifying to ponder is why in that distant era did so many creatures perish collectively. Data shows that 66 million years ago, the density of amber spiked 4-fold. That was the exact year the asteroid struck Earth, marking the doomsday of the dinosaurs. The terrifying heat drove global coniferous forests into a pre-death frenzy, frantically bleeding out massive amounts of resin. Inside these apocalyptic specimens, you find not only panicked vipers and scorched branches, but even sealed microtectites glass beads splashed from the asteroid impact. This overwhelming, doomsday rain of resin became the ultimate black box recording Earth's mass extinction. Shockingly, in 2017, a single piece of Myanmar amber blew the scientific community away. Sealed inside was not an insect, but a real section of a dinosaur's tail. Bidding farewell to cold skeletons, it perfectly preserved flesh and lifelike feathers, even allowing scientists to detect the very last drop of real blood. Relies on nature's masterful dual seal. First is chemical embalming. Terpenes act like a vacuum, instantly draining moisture and sterilizing the inside. Next is the physical lock. The resin eventually polymerizes into hard amber, entirely cutting off oxygen invasion, forging an eternal golden coffin that even time cannot penetrate. Golden coffin and real blood. Could we, like in the movies, extract DNA to clone a T-Rex? The scientific answer is absolutely impossible. DNA has a half-life of just 521 years. Even in mammoths from a few 100,000 years ago, the genes are already hopelessly shattered. Resurrecting dinosaurs via DNA will forever remain a myth, but fortunately, scientists found another key ancient proteins. Their structure is far sturdier than DNA. Today, leveraging cutting-edge tomography scanning, we don't even need to break the amber to possess the eye of God. Constructed in 1:1 high precision on a computer, a 0.1 millimeter wing vein and long mineralized internal organs have nowhere to hide. This stone, just a few centimeters wide, becomes a holographic, 100-million-year documentary you can flip through. As we gaze upon these ancient relics, we must realize that the birth conditions of every piece of amber are extreme to the absolute limit. A tree had to break, a bug had to pass by at that exact moment, and for the next 100 million years, the crust had to remain perfectly stable. A single second of misalignment, and this record would be lost to the wind. So when you hold it up against the setting sun, what you are touching is a cosmic-level coincidence spanning across the stars. It used its own death to preserve a world, and in the quiet golden light, it gently whispers its story to you 100 million years later.